In the nerfing hobby, CO2 powered blasters have never really been a thing, with the main consensus being CO2 gets cold, plastic gets brittle when it's cold, so why would you combine the two, especially when we have LPA and HPA rigs that people like to use. Well, umarex, an airsoft company, thought differently and has created some CO2 powered Nerf blasters. They hit me up asking if I'd like to check them out. I said sure, and they sent me this box for their Rekt line. I know they're pistols, but I don't know what all is inside this box, so we're gonna check it out and see what's the deal. So let's take a look. On the top of the box, it says play Rekt, hashtag first to get wrecked, and it has this really cool kind of broken box sort of thing going on with the package. It looks really good. We don't care about the box, we care about what's inside of it. Using my trusty needle nose pliers, so good at getting tape open. Let's see what all we got inside. I believe I see a sticker, first and foremost. Maybe not a sticker, but it is. Again, in the box, if I can actually get it out. Come on. There we go. When in doubt, rip it out. So big old fist, this is Rekt. More Rekt fists. Man, I'm having a hard time getting this off. There we go. And this has been jostled around a bit, so let's see how it looks. Came out of the packaging maybe a little bit. We got two pistols, red and blue. And underneath here, then we have these darts. They're really just kind of semi-hard-headed tips, not FVJ, but maybe like a Vowberry. Back when people were using those, they're the hard-tipped elites. So let me dump these out. And yeah, so this box right here has the play Rekt. After ransacking the web, we have selected you to be among the very first to play Rekt.
We're confident that you, your friends, and your followers will enjoy these new CO2-powered foam dart launchers. Rekt brings together the excitement of dart shooters and the speed and distance that comes with the power of CO2. This combination provides a unique experience that takes dart shooters to the next level. With 30% more power and distance, Rekt is a cut above spring and battery-powered foam dart launchers. We believe you will have as much fun as we've had while developing the CO2-powered technology inside these Rekt foam dart launchers. In this holy grail of a box, you will find two launchers that are yours to keep or give away. Turn on a camera, throw on the included Rekt Eye Pro glasses, and challenge a friend to a foam dart war. Play Rekt and share it with the world. We have an awesome future plan for this new line of foam dart launchers. Nothing would excite us more than to keep you among our chosen elite, ensuring you a first look at our newest gear when the time comes. We are just getting this party started. Pretty cool intro.
Underneath the bottom here, you have your main stuff, the CO2 cartridges right here, 4 of them, 2 for each blaster. Some nice looking iPro. This is actually some thick, solid feeling iPro. Impact resistant polycarbonate lens, nice as it should be with the Rekt logo on the sides, but these feel nice and hefty. Some more darts that I'm guessing kind of got down in there. Does this lift up? Some Rekt baggy thing. What's inside? Oh, so I'm guessing these are some straps for, I don't know. Might be for the glasses. I'm sure the instructions will tell me more. Flip open. I would love to if it actually did. Here's the instruction booklet. Feels pretty thick. Ooh, multiple languages, nice. Not full color, but it does have some little flair going on. Tells you how to load the pistols and all that good stuff. Let me take these out of here. Does this flip up? Yep, and more darts. So that is the whole package. Very nicely put together. It looks very professional. But let's get to the actual blaster, shall we? Let's talk about the pistol first before I go into how to set it up, how it shoots, and take it outside to see how well it performs. Because umarex is an airsoft company, I would expect this thing to be pretty darn comfortable. And it is, because it's based more around the real steel stuff. Fits in my hand really well, like the real steel stuff, but it doesn't have the heft of the real steel stuff like some airsoft guns do. Now, when you put a CO2 cartridge into it like I have done here, it does get a little heavier, and I'll have the weights down on the bottom here so you can get an idea. But yeah, very comfortable, feels great, you know, just like you would kind of expect from an airsoft gun. On the side here, you have your safety slide. So when it's forward, doesn't do anything. When you slide it back, the CO2 will be pushed through the system and you can fire off your darts. You have some iron sights on the top, your orange tip right here, and CO2 goes into the back, which I'll show you in just a second. The biggest concern I have is while they are red and blue, which is, you know, not realistic colors, they do have that realistic shape, which for us Nerfers can always be a problem because we play in public parks and areas where there are other people, and even with very bright colored stuff, police have been called to our games before. So that is that's my main complaint with this so far, is just even though they are brightly colored, they have that real gun shape, so you're gonna have to be kind of careful with them when you're out and about in public areas. Backyard, you should be fine. Private spaces, you'll be more than fine, but just make sure you're careful with these outside. There's really not a lot to go over. You just flip the safety switch into the fire position. The CO2 takes care of everything else. No priming. You just have to front load a dart into the front. But yeah, let me show you how to get these set up before you play with them. You're gonna need your pistol, your darts, CO2 cartridge, and your iPro. I'm gonna put my iPro on right now. And the first thing you're gonna do, you're gonna take your pistol and put the safety on. So when it's doing that, that means the safety is not on. Flip that switch forward and the trigger won't do anything. Flip it over to the back, and where it says open right here, pop that back part open and take this knob and make sure that the little plunger in there is all the way back. You're gonna take your CO2 cartridge, plop it into place like so. I think I need to take mine back. There we go. So it's nice and flat in there. And you're going to close the back up, take this little knob, and you're going to twist it. Ooh. Keep going. There we go, until it stops making that noise. And one little design feature that I like already is there's a little ramp right here. So if it gets stuck down here, instead of trying to get your finger underneath of it and pry it open, you can push down that little ramp and have at it. Once it's all the way tightened down, you're ready to go. You can put the safety off, take your dart, load it into place, push it in, and fire it off. Around this part of the video is when I'd have a shooting montage of clips with music and all that good stuff, but I want to get straight to the performance of these pistols because you'll see. For my chronographing tests, I shot off a few different types of darts to see if there was really any big difference between them with this sort of power delivery system. And with each batch of darts, I would put in a brand new CO2 cartridge and fire the pistol off 25 times to get rid of any sort of high marks that might come from filling the system up with a fresh cartridge. On top of that, I used Daisy CO2 cartridges that I got from Walmart because that's what you would probably get if you ran out of cartridges and needed to go get more for your fun time. You would probably go to a Walmart or some other store near you and pick up a brand like Daisy or Marksman or whatever. The darts I got in the package along with the pistols got an average of 66.39, a high of 75.58, and a low of 32.79. Red waffle tips got an average of 62.82, a high of 81.05, and a low of 44.44. Koosh darts shot a 64.86 average, a high of 85.38, and a low of 45.84. And Elite darts shot an average of 75.99, a high of 85.51, and a low of 54.85. I also tried shooting AccuFakes, but most of them barely left the barrel, with only a few of them actually making it over the chronograph at a speed that the chronograph could read, and I'm not really sure why that was. One thing I noted about the performance was that the FPS fluctuated quite a lot. The gap between the highs and the lows is really spread open, and shots just kind of go all over the place in between there, and I'm not really sure why that is, but I will say even when the shots were low or high, the darts did fly pretty darn straight, which is nice. One thing that I'd like to go over as well is that Rekt has a banner on their site that claims their system shoots about 90 FPS, but also 90 feet plus, and darts go further and faster. No, they don't. The only time I really hit the 90s and above, I even got like a 101 shot, was when I put a fresh cartridge into the pistol, which is why I shot them 25 times before I did the chronograph reading, so I'd have a better, more realistic kind of FPS reading without any sort of outliers that are just 90s, and then after 5 shots dip down to the 80s, 70s, and 60s. So that's why I did that. As for dart distance claim on this banner, that is wrong as well. With my camera set up around 45 to 50 feet away, some of the darts made it to my camera, but when I angled the pistol a little bit, some shots went less than 15 feet, others went in between these two distances, but to get the 90-foot distance claimed on the website, I think you're gonna have to angle your shot quite a ways. And I think it's funny that this picture shows a nice flat line for the dart, which is not gonna happen for my testing. So what is my conclusion for the Rekt pistols? For around $34.99, you get 1 pistol and 6 darts. No CO2 cartridges, no iPro, so I really cannot recommend these at all. For the same price, or even less, even half, you can get a blaster from Nerf or one of the other brands that comes with more, that's more of a blaster, comes with more darts, and gets similar if not better performance. I think the CO2 platform could definitely be one that is interesting with some fun tricks and gimmicks along the way. This just isn't it, and nor do I think it's a good introduction into the CO2 dart blaster area. The pistols are expensive. The rifle that they have in the line is also very expensive at $89.99 for a pump action breech load rifle that then uses the CO2 to fire the dart out. And on top of that, Rekt is charging $7 for 24 of the darts they sent me, while Nerf charges $7 for 30 of their darts on the Target website. So Rekt is charging more for their darts than Nerf does, which I think is kind of ridiculous since we all complain about how expensive Nerf darts are already. And I think they're just Vowberries, which you can get on like Yaobai and AliExpress and eBay for rather cheap. Overall, I'm not impressed. I can't recommend it. I can't recommend the Rekt line. And I think the market they're trying to go for is a very small, specific one. At least in my head, the person who would use this over something from Buzzbee or Dart Zone or whatever would need a very specific reason to get a CO2 powered pistol that performs as it does. I appreciate Rekt and umarex for sending out the package. It's a very lovely package, and I appreciate you guys wanting me to review your stuff. I'm sorry with the outcome of this video, but again, I do appreciate it. And I also appreciate my Patreon supporters. This month, we have Ryan Cho, Biggs NZ, Ollie No, Scott Tomlin, and Foam Blast. A big thank you to them for supporting this channel over on the Patreon platform with the craziness that is YouTube's whatever they're doing. It looks like Patreon might be the best way to support channels that you like. And if you want to support this channel outside of watching some YouTube ads, go down below to the link in the description and check it out. But for now, I hope you enjoyed this video. And as always, have a great day. Wait, wherever you are.